Hello everyone, my name is Vishal. Welcome to this week's market view for Monday the 6th of March 2023 to Friday the 10th of March 2023. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with our analysis from the monthly chart, and we are going to be doing a fresh analysis. Since this is a new month, we'll mark some key levels of demand and supply. So let's start from the monthly chart. So this is the area that was pointed out last week, and the chart is taking help of this monthly level of demand. Prices did go a little bit more deeper, created a new low of 17,255, but now somewhere or the other prices are bouncing or trying to come out of this level of demand. There is no fresh supply zone on the monthly chart. Let's go to the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, we are again bouncing out of this weekly demand zone. So let's plot it here. We did have a nice fall coming out of this supply zone, and seems like now market, as expected, is tending to be range bound. We also spoke about this level last week, saying that in case if the market does come here, the markets might tend to remain consolidated. So we might expect the markets to remain sideways between 17,848 to 17,303 odd levels for maybe some weeks before the market either goes up or before the market either goes down. Let's move on to the daily chart. On the daily chart, after the prices did come into that weekly demand, they started to consolidate, and here the prices took a little bit of support before launching itself to the upside, creating a little bit of a surprise for all the shorts. Because just imagine those who are short at this arena over here, they were expecting the markets to actually go down, but that did not happen, and the markets gapped up on Friday, and all these shorts who are in play for a bigger down move, they had to cover themselves from the losses, and because of that there was this big short covering that came into play on Friday, which reversed the markets and played out a significant move. Now, based on the SGX Nifty data, there is a very likely possibility that this move can continue further, and we might expect to see the markets trying to fill this gap here. So this supply zone on the daily chart is going to be a little crucial, and it is also rounding up with the 17,800 round number. So this will be a level to watch out for, and in case if anybody has taken long positions here, this will also be a good area to take some profits and come out of the trade. So this is going to be a key level to watch out for. Volatility conditions are indicating that volatility is extremely low now. Premiums are deflated. So right now in these situations, we need to be a little careful of, we should not be selling options. We should be only be buying options or creating some kind of debit strategies. Let's now move on to a slightly smaller time frame chart. Let's go to, let me just load local data. So after loading the local data, we can just try and zoom into this particular level over here. And even last week, when we were analyzing or doing the weekly review, we were looking at this level, and I said very, very clearly that I would be extremely surprised if the markets break this level and continue to move down. So this is the level which held itself, and this was also a good level of demand from where the prices moved up. So you can see very clearly here, I just move on to the right hand side. Prices came here once, prices came here twice. This is where most of the short sellers got trapped. The next day we had a gap up. Again, more shorts got trapped here, and then the market eventually moved to the upside. So now if the markets continue to move to the upside, this is going to be a key area to watch out for. So for this week, this is going to be a key area. There is a likely possibility that there will be some profit booking coming in over here. And in case if this level breaks, then we are going to be heading to the next supply level, which is going to be this area over here. More or less this area coincides with 18,100, but I do believe that before that 17,800 will be a big barrier, and the markets will take a little bit of an effort to cross this level before going to the upper levels. Let's look at Bank Nifty. Now let's look at the Bank Nifty monthly chart. And if you look at the Bank Nifty monthly chart, we are more or less bouncing out of this monthly level, very similar to the Nifty level. Let's plot this level here. So this is that monthly level of demand. Let's move on to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we had a very strong bounce from this weekly level of demand. We're just going to remark this level. And now there is a very likely possibility that we might come back into this area once again. So for 42,172 to 43,622, we had a touch of this level before, but there's a likely possibility that we might go a little bit more deeper into this level, which indicates that Bank Nifty, very similar to the Nifty, also has significant room to move to the upside, at least based on the weekly chart. Let's move on to the daily chart. And on the daily chart, this is what we are seeing right now. Now, just like the Nifty, we do have this gap level, but this is not going to be a very high probability area. I do believe that if there is any supply, this supply should be above this area over here. If you look at the volatility indicator, the volatility indicator is indicating that option premiums are deflated. And right now it is a good idea to be an options buyer and not an options seller. Let's quickly look at a key area of supply for the upcoming trading sessions. So we do have this level of supply here, but this level of supply is going to be a little low probability. The area that I'm eyeing for in the coming days is going to be this area here at the top, because this is also nicely coinciding with that weekly supply zone. It's a fresh level, and it is a level where the prices have never ever come. So 42,610 to 42,867 will be a key area to watch for. Now we are far away currently from this market price, but taking into consideration the short covering that is coming into the market, who knows whether the prices will have an easy path to move to the upside. We'll also mark this level of supply because here is also an area which might possibly take a little bit of a pause, and in case if this 41,960 breaks to the upside, then we are definitely heading towards 42,600 to 42,867. So these are the two key levels to watch out for the Bank Nifty. If we look at the 15-minute chart of the Bank Nifty, there is one key area of demand which is very interesting, is this rally-based rally here. I'm going to plot this level over here, and in case if the markets do happen to give a significant pullback, then this will be an area to watch out for. We might expect to see prices retrace back to this area before eventually taking off and trying to test these upper areas of supply, right, before going into these areas and even this area for a matter of fact. So on the 15 minutes, there is a demand zone from 40,831 to 40,736, which will be a level to watch out for next week. Let's now move on to the currency, which is USDINR, and let's quickly gauge some of the key levels on the USDINR. So as expected, we had spoken about the correlation of the USDINR and the Nifty, and I did mention that in case if the weekly supply zone does hold, and if the prices fall from that weekly supply zone, there is a very likelihood of our markets moving up. And that is precisely what has happened. Now, where is the closest demand zone on the USDINR? It is sitting right here around the 80 handle. So we might expect to see prices consolidating. And if the USDINR keeps on falling, then up to this point, we can expect the Nifty and the Bank Nifty to keep on rising. So this will be a key chart to watch out for in the coming days and the coming weeks. As we can clearly see, we have had a nice fall from this tested area of supply on the USD INR. And now we can see that the prices have started to reverse, creating a new level of supply. So we might see the prices going further down and trying to test this level in the coming weeks. If you go to the daily chart, we have a significant move to the downside. There is no clear area of demand. The area of demand is sitting right below all these levels over here. So this is going to be an area to watch out for on the USDINR. Let me just refresh the graph here. If we look at the options premiums on the USD INR, the options premiums are indicating that premiums are expensive, and unlike the Nifty and the Bank Nifty where premiums are indicating that they are very, very cheap, the USD INR is indicating that premiums are indeed pretty expensive, right? So we need to be a seller when it comes to options premiums on the USD INR. So now let's look at some intraday levels, which could be some key levels to watch out for on the USD INR. So we have this one new area of supply which is created over here, and this will be an interesting level to watch out for in case on Monday, for some reasons, if the market does gap up into this area, then this can create a nice shorting opportunity to the downside because there is no clear level of demand, and USD INR will not have a very, very hard time in falling all the way down here. In fact, there is also a possibility that if the markets gap up on Monday, there might be a new supply zone on the USD INR that could be created here, because in case if the markets gap up, that is the Nifty and the Bank Nifty move to the upside based on the SGX data, then the USD INR is more likely to gap down and it might even open somewhere over here, which will then again be a nice shorting opportunity based on the momentum of the overall trend of the USD INR likely to go further down and trying to test the 81.26, 81.21 handle. So it's going to be a very, very interesting week because we are having some great correlations with the USD INR and the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. And let us see how these correlations play out in the coming week. The sector for the week is the Nifty PSU Bank. So let's quickly analyze the Nifty PSU Bank, and then we will probably look at one or two stocks from this sector. So you can clearly see over here the Nifty PSU Bank demand zone is a little down on the monthly chart. But if you look at the overall perspective of the market, because Bank Nifty has given a bounce from the level, so the banking sector is also giving a interim bounce from this area over here. So prices did come very, very close to this weekly level of demand, did miss hitting this level and moving up towards this 41.56 to 44.07. So it is more likely that in the coming week, if the markets remain strong, then we might be most likely trying to test these levels. So here we are seeing a bounce coming out of this weekly level of demand, and most likely we are likely to head towards 41.56 to 44.07. Let's move on to the daily chart and let us quickly have a look at what's happening on the daily chart. So let's break this down here. So this is the level of demand. And this level of demand is still a fresh level because prices have not come to this level. But now it's more likely that the market is likely to move further up. So let's go to a 75-minute chart and let's see. So here, these are all levels of resistance, and market might take a little bit of a pause here, although it may not reverse. But what is going to be interesting is to look at this area over here. So this is the area from where the prices fell, and if this area coincides with the Bank Nifty supply zone, then this will be an area from where the PSU banks might also start to correct. So a lot of room for the PSU banks to move towards the upside, and there are new levels of demand which are created on the PSU bank sector also. As you can see that this is one area over here which is on the 5 minutes, a little far away from the current market price. And if you go to the 30-minute chart, this is another level which was created on Friday. So as long as these levels are holding, and in case if the market does correct or push to the downside, these areas can give a significant bounce and take the market all the way to 41.83 to 42.29. Let's look at one of the stocks from the sector. Let's analyze State Bank of India. And State Bank of India also had a very, very good rally on Monday because the entire PSU Bank sector did move up very, very strongly. But now what is happening on State Bank of India is we are coming into some key areas of supply, right? So first level is this 570 to 580 odd level, and the second level is 592 to 598. So this will be a very, very interesting level to watch out for. And in case if the price touches this area, we might see a little bit of a corrective move on State Bank of India. So these are the two key levels to watch out for on the 75-minute chart of State Bank of India: 570 to 580 and 592 to 598.70. I hope you all enjoyed this week's analysis. For more analysis, do give your valuable comments in the comment section, and do click on the subscription button of Sharekhan Education channel on YouTube, and do subscribe to get notifications. Thank you very much, everyone. Wishing you all a very happy Holi, and wishing all your family members lots of love from Sharekhan Education. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely week. Bye-bye.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.